Thank you, Dr. Weissman. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
You know, it's amazing. I went to the hospital today, and the doctor performed an x-ray, chest x-ray on me, and they found something in my heart. What they found in my heart was you. Every single one of you who's here today. Thank you. Welcome, everyone. My name is Richard Cotto. First, I'd like to thank everyone here tonight for taking the time out of their busy schedule to be here and for being the driving force that makes this happen and recovery possible. Thank you. I would like to share my positive experiences while at the bridge and who I am after the bridge. I am one of 6 siblings reared in the ghetto of Spanish Harlem. In the absence of a father and suffering from mental illness, I began using drugs at a young age. I was homeless by the age of 12. I began self-destructing. I was in and out of prison, numerous rehabs, severely depressed, and dealing with bipolar and suicidal tendencies. I was isolated, ostracized, and my family didn't want anything to do with me. I didn't have one single friend. Society had given up on me, but most importantly, I had given up on myself. Feeling helpless, hopeless, I stopped taking my medication and began getting sick. The SWAT team was called, and I was beaten and sent to the hospital and ended up incarcerated. 1 week out of prison and living in the streets, I ended up in the front door of my mother's home. She was not welcoming, but gave me a chance by letting me sleep in the garage area, the garbage area. Fortunately, my little sister, who bailed me out of jail, heard I was homeless. She searched for me and found me. She came with my old bottle of pills and convinced me to take my medication, then said, "I'll be back." She came back day and night until I was coherent. She took me home with her, and I agreed to get help. We surfed the internet for help for mental illness, and the bridge came up. No matter where we searched, the bridge came up. At that moment, I felt overwhelmed by the stories and the history of the bridge. I was convinced that the bridge was my calling. 3 days later, I was there at the age of 56. At the bridge, the first and most important lesson I learned is that recovery is possible. I learned that I'm not defined by my past, but that I was prepared by it. The bridge modeled recovery through its training for meaningful employment, facilitation of wellness tools, and its psycho-educational group. The staff at the bridge are role models. I learned about the peer movement in the advocacy and self-help group. It was at the bridge where I met Angela, one of the peer group facilitators. She became my mentor. I became empowered to take control of my life and help others find their voice. I learned that it's possible to influence policy by aligning with peer-based organizations to facilitate improved conditions for the mentally ill. Then I decided that I wanted to be just like my mentors at the bridge. They mentioned Howie the Heart. They supported my self-determination. They gave me a voice and allowed me to be the driving force towards regaining control over my life and my recovery process. The staff supported me through the application process, and I was accepted. Howie the Heart is the oldest and most comprehensive and competitive curriculum-based peer training program in the U.S. It's 6 months classroom-based training program which emphasizes peer competencies, personal growth, and job readiness in the human services. I did it. I graduated. Then I was given an internship at Howie the Heart as a co-facilitator of curriculums. I was teaching what I went there to learn. That was the first time they had ever asked anyone to do an internship there. I felt honored. But I chose to move on, past my comfort zone, and succeeded. Now I had found my fortune. I interviewed at the Ford Society and was hired as a peer specialist working in an agency that supports community reentry from prison and promoting alternatives to incarceration for individuals battling mental illness. Being at the Bridge has been an experience that has improved my self-esteem and proved to me that I can be successful after experiencing so much devastating loss and disenfranchisement. I learned that I am a person, just like everyone else, and have the right to exist as part of the community. I learned to accept myself as I am and to embrace the differences in others, and that my challenges are not unique, rather, they are things common to the human experience. I have learned to sit with my discomfort, though I face a great deal of stigma. I have learned to focus on my strengths and positive feedback. Through participation at the Bridge, I had found my inner strength and found the courage to challenge my demons. I have learned to push myself out of my comfort zone and take risks. I have become resilient, have hope, and have long-term goals. I learned that I and people who struggle with mental illness have an inherent worth and deserve to be happy. The Bridge has educated me about the potential that lies within me and how to unlock that potential. I have become more comfortable with myself, and I am less afraid of social interaction because of the Bridge. I have learned how to be open with others, not to prejudge others based on their histories. The Bridge has broken down many of the stereotypes and stigmas that were a part of my belief system. The Bridge has been a powerful, meaningful, and life-changing experience for me. Thank you, the Bridge, and all in attendance here tonight for saving my life. You will always remain in my heart. God bless you and your loved ones. Thank you.